Oh, hey, everyone. Let's see if this is working. Oh, I see people. Okay, good. Perfect. Yesterday I was having some technical issues, but I seem to have ironed those all out now. I just wanted to make sure we were actually live. So it looks like we are. We're just going to give everyone just a minute to hop on and get comfortable. Oh, hey, guys. Yes, say hello in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I see Shelby's on the admin side. Let's see if she's able to comment today. Yesterday she was not able to. I don't know. Was acting weird. Oh, nice to see you guys. Hello, hello. It's kind of gloomy out there today, right? Okay. Well, I'm not hearing from Shelby, so I'm wondering if she's having technical issues again. Oh, it's so fun. Technology is wonderful when it works. You can do great things, but when it doesn't work, it kind of paralyzes you, which is like, ugh. Okay, so we're going to get started. Oh, there she is. It might be working. I know she's busy in shipping, so maybe that's preoccupying her. Oh, this is my first time here. We have gorgeous day. Oh, well, Diane, where are you from? And welcome. Oh, and Deborah's been making Christmas cards today. That's so nice. Well, I did something new today. So I've been having trouble with my lower back. And, I've been doing stretches and I go to an osteopath and I've been walking and doing all the things you're supposed to do. But I feel like I just needed a little bit of exercise. And I found some programs in my area that I can sign up for. But right this particular time, it's not good for me to sign up for a regular program. So I am thinking I want something that I can just drop in. And my neighbor across the street does Aquafit. So today, I almost signed up for it last night, but I thought, well, I'm going to wait. Oh, you're in BC. Woo, I wish I was in BC. And I'm glad you're having a nice day. I was going to sign up last night because you can sign up just for, one class at a time. But I thought I'd chicken out and I thought, let's just see how I do in the morning. And I signed up last minute and I went for the very first time. And man, I'm telling you guys, I feel really good today. So I'm thinking that this is going to be something I'm going to do, but I'm just going to do it like, I'll just drop in when I can for now. But yeah, I was the youngest one there. I'm just going to say. But I made new friends, so it was fun. Okay, so we're going to get going on all of this new stuff that I'm going to share, but we are going to do a draw today, and you guys know how that works. Oh, so somebody else says, I should try that. I think that is Tracy Ross that is saying that, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, they say as you get older, movement is key. So I am really working hard on that. I spend a lot of time on a computer and at my desk. I thought that was you. And I just know that that's bad for you. So I'm really trying to find balance. And I thought I would give it a whirl, and I really liked it. So it was kind of fun. I mean, it definitely draws an older crowd, older than me, but there's nothing wrong with that. I had a great instructor and very supportive classmates. So they all knew it was my first time. Clearly I stood out, but it was fun, and I'm definitely going to do it again. Okay. So giveaway. So some lucky winner is going to win this lovely prize pack. So we've got a pair of Gina K's detailing craft scissors. We have a pack of her layering white cardstock, and we have this beautiful stamp set from Spellbinders. Now look at these teeny little sentiments that are on here. Aren't those great? So you can add those to little tags. I thought it was a really nice little set. So anyways, that is going to go to one lucky winner. And how you win is by placing an order. And in the comments of your order, you want to say that you were at the live or you watched the live. So you can do this on replay as well. And you have until midnight tonight. Okay, so we're not going to extend it another day. So you have till midnight tonight. And then tomorrow I will do a random draw, and using our wheel of names, I'll enter everybody's names, and then I'll post the winner, and we will add this to your box. So I'm going into the store tomorrow, so I'll make sure I take it in and add it to your box. So again, if you do not put the comment live stream, YouTube, something to let me know that you've watched the live, then I just kind of skip right over your order. We get a lot of orders, so it's a lot to go through them. So if I don't see that, and make sure that in your purchase, it's something that we talked about in the live. Okay, so that is how those draws work. So I'll revisit this at the end. And if you guys were at the live yesterday morning when I was doing the calendar release, I was seeing everything in reverse, but I'm not doing that today, so it's a good thing. Okay, so I do have slideshows ready to go here, and I do have notes, so I'm hoping that I can get through this without messing it up. But the problem with the slides is that I don't know which slide is coming next, and sometimes I forget how many slides I have for each product, so bear with me. But the first thing we're going to talk about is Tailored Expressions. And we have the newest color. Well, it's not the newest one. They just released another one. But the newest one that we have our hands on. And this is Jujube. So we've got the regular size ink pads. We've got the cubes. We've got the re-inker. And we have the packs of cardstock. So if you are a collector of the colors from Tailored Expressions, this one is available for order. And we also brought in a limited number of the enamel dots too. So those are available too. They have been adding a new color, I think on the last Thursday of each month or second Thursday, or I don't know how they're doing it, but they just released another one, which is ordered. So we should see that over the next few weeks. But I am a collector of tailored things, so I love when they release new stuff. So that is the new color. And then also, this is a product that we've brought in from their retail side, meaning that they don't sell this to us as a store at any kind of discount. But this is a cardstock sampler pack. So if you want to try out Tailored Expressions cardstock, this is a great way to do it. So you get 15 sheets, and there's just a variety of colors in the pack. You can just kind of see there. So you get a nice variety of colors in the pack. And it is 100-pound premium cardstock. And I was telling the ladies in my video yesterday morning, those ladies are scrapbookers, that there's die cuts and things we used on the layout. And I said, if you've never had the opportunity to work with the cardstock that we use as card makers, it's a great thing. It's you can use whatever cardstock you like, but it really is nice when you use the cardstock that is the heavier weight, and when you run those dies through, it just looks so beautiful. So, but that is a variety pack. So it's the premium cardstock sampler, and you can pick up that as well. We've restocked that. And then, oh, I was going to get a little dish. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one. Here's one. They have released these gold holographic stars. So this is really nice for Christmas. I'm just going to dump some of them in here so we can see, and I can clean them up afterwards. But inside, so look how sparkly they are. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And so, like, if you're decorating your cards and rather than putting gems, you want to put these little holographic stars. Isn't that just amazing? Oh, I love that the light is catching it so nicely for you guys. But this is what it does when it's on your cards. So if you want to decorate Christmas trees or anything like that, it is pretty amazing. And it's a very special thing. I don't know. So they look like gold stars, but they really catch the light. So they get very, very sparkly. Yes, different sizes, and they work great in shakers. They're just really nice to embellish your cards with too. So those are called gold holographic stars. I think I'm going to have to order more of these because I look at them even twinkling in the package. Like, what? So those are available as well. Okay, now here comes our slide presentation. Okay, let's hope for the best here, girls. Let's get this up here. And then add this. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so we had a request from a customer to order this particular set. It's called Be Still, and it is a faith-based sentiment set, which it's hard to come by. And get the silver too. Okay, I'm going to write that down. We need the silver too. Okay, making a note. Let me grab a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to put it right on my keyboard. Silver Stars TE. Got it. Okay, see, you just ordered right over the live. That's awesome. Okay, so these are faith-based sentiments. I'm just going to flip it over so you can see size. So they are quite a nice size. And I put this sample card up here so you could see that's an A2 size card. So that's about how much space they take up. So you can make them part of the front of your card, or you can use them on the inside, and they work for all kinds of different things. So if you're looking for a faith-based sentiment set, this is a good one. Unfortunately, there are no dies available for this. It's just a stamp set. And yeah, so we do have this one in. I know we didn't order lots, so if you do miss out on it, just email us. We're constantly ordering all the time, and we're happy to bring it in for you again. So that is that one. And then we're going to talk a bunch about sentiments, actually. So this is the Altogether Occasions 3. So, oops, there's another example of those faith-based sentiments. I thought it was cool that they put it on a bookmark. So it's a great way to give a gift too, which is nice. Okay, so this one is the Altogether Occasions 3. So when you see a set like this from Tailored where it says Altogether dash and then it has more words, it usually means it's part of a series. So they do have an Altogether series, which I'm going to show you a number of sets from. And they are very, very popular with our customers. So when we say Altogether, we mean that the stamp set has all the sentiments on it, and you stamp it once, and then the die you place over top, and then you cut it out once, and then you get all of those sentiments cut at the same time. So this one is a stamp and die bundle. I believe this one was a promotional item at first, but then they put it into their regular lineup of products, which is really cool. I made a live finally. Well, Marianne, welcome. I'm glad you made it. But this is a really fun set. This is a nice Christmas one. Now, the great thing about it is that it also has a to and a from. So I've got some samples up here. You can see how that Happy Holidays is cut out. So the die follows the lumps and bumps in your sentiment and cuts it out quite close. But it's very easy to line up. When doing so, they have little registration marks on the plate, and that those also stamp right there when you stamp your set. So it's pretty easy to use. So here you can see the Happy Holidays. So this is a holiday one. And then we've got just A2 size cards, and you can see those little sentiments on there. Things like Merry Christmas, Merry and Bright, Let It Snow, Ho, 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 Noel, Happy Holidays, 'Tis the Season, Warm Wishes, and then they have that to and from. So it's just a really, really lovely set. And here you can see as a tag the Merry and Bright, but there is that to and from that is so cool. And you can stamp it in ink, you can emboss it, you can do all kinds of great things with it. And it's just a really nice set to have on hand. And I do love that you get multiple sentiments with one swipe of your stamp and your die. So it's, you can stamp them out in a few different colors or whatever, and then just, throw them in a little container, and then you can just pick and choose the ones you want to use when you're ready to put your cards together. So that one's Altogether Occasions 3. And then we have the Altogether Occasions. Now this one is a stamp and die as well, but they're just not in the same package. And this is more sort of everyday sentiments like thank you, congratulations, that kind of thing. So here you can see what they look like, that thank you with sympathy and just for you. And then up at the top here, we've got thinking of you. And you don't always have to use the die like this. You can sort of position a piece of paper and just ink up one section as well. So that is an option. It's a bit trickier to do, but there are ways around doing that, just masking off different sections. And then you can stamp it on a different type of die cut as well. So lots of really fun things you can do with these. So that's the Altogether Occasions. And then we have larger sets that are specific words. So this one is the Altogether a Note of Thanks. So this is a larger set. I'll just bring in that other one. Okay, so you can see the difference in size. So larger set, and it's all based around the word thanks. So you get a stamp. Again, it's one piece, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways in different, 5 different fonts for the large word thanks. And then you have supporting words as well. And then you have a die cut that cuts all of those out at the same time. So you can see here how they've used the thanks word in multiple different ways. And here it is just on a single, like one time on a card. And it's also got that so much greeting on there as well. So I'm just going to check. Yeah, see how the words are cut out in different styles of banners, which is really nice too. And they're sized to fit that supporting sentiment. And there you can see a set of cards that's all done with the thanks. And all the thankses are different fonts, which is quite cool. So again, this is a set that you can cut out different colors and in different ways. Die cut them all out, throw them in a bin, and then anytime you need something thanks related, it's kind of right there and ready for you. And then they do have one, the same concept, that is the happy occasions. So instead of the word thanks, you get the word happy. So you can see it there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways. And then you get the actual supporting greetings as well. And then the die is a one-piece die that cuts everything out. So really nice generic words that you use often when you're doing card making, which is kind of cool. So that is those 2 sets there. And then finally, we have a new addition to the mini strips. We've shown this one before. We've sold out a couple of times already. We've reordered, and I believe we have this one in stock. Again, it's the Mini Strips Holiday 2. So check out the font. It's a new font for them, which I really like. And again, this is one stamp, and then you use the die, which I did have out. So I was going to demo something with it. Let me just see here. Yep. So these are the Mini Strips dies. So I have 2 different styles here. So one has the banner, fishtail banner end, and the other one is just a straight rectangle. And when you stamp this out, the little registration marks down the side line up with the little registration marks on your die, and you get all of the sentiments cut out in one pass. Now, I find myself using this die on its own as well, just to cut out a bunch of sentiment banners that I can then stamp other sentiments on as well. So these are very handy to have. You can use them outside of using them with the stamp. So that is the Mini Strips Holiday 2. Now, I'm going to have to set this aside because I'm going to need that. Okay, so far we're doing good. Let me see where I'm at on my... Okay, so we're still going to go. All right, so now we're going to move on to foilets. So foilets are very popular, and also the insiders. So insiders are, we call them insiders and outsiders because you can use them both ways. And you can use them just as they are, or you can foil them as seen here in this picture. So that's the inside of a card. And they're designed to fit just inside the card without any trimming. So let me just grab a card base. I always forget to do that. Okay, I'm just going to grab a card base, an A2 size card base. And then I'm just going to pop one of these out so you can see what that looks like. And in these insiders packs, you get multiples of many different verses. So let me just grab one of these here. So here's an A2 size card base. Pretend this is on the inside. I'm just showing you how it fits. Okay, so see how you get that nice border all the way around? You don't have to trim it. You don't have to do anything. But you can do a lot of fun things with them. So this can be used just as it is with the black printing. But because it's printed with toner ink, you can also foil it. Are all the insiders able to be foiled? Yes. Yes, they're all printed in toner ink. So if they're an insider, then they can be foiled. But you don't have to. You have the option to or not. You can stencil over them. You can do all kinds of great things with them. So this is the Milestone Occasions set. And if I flip it over, you can see that they have lots of great things on the back. And these are just for, milestones throughout the year. And then you get 2 each of 6 different sentiments. So there's 12 panels in total. Okay. And they're 4 by 5 1/4. So you don't have to trim or anything to get them to fit inside your card, but you can also use them on the outside as well. And I have a couple of samples to share with that. Just going to go forward here because I don't remember what's next. See right there, that's also on the inside. But see how they've decorated the lower the lower right corner? And that's probably done either with stickers or a stamp set, maybe even a stencil set. So you can do fun things with them on the inside by adding some stamps or dies or whatever. But that can also go on the front of your card too. You're not limited to just having them on the inside. Yes. So again, Susan brings up a good point. She says that she uses them all the time. When you foil them, it just makes everything look so professional and fun. I don't know too many people that have that really enjoy writing with their own handwriting on the inside of cards. I do have a few friends that have very nice handwriting, but most of us prefer to have something already pre-printed on the inside, or even coming up with what you want to say sometimes is hard. So if there's a foilet that's been designed and you have a number of them and you can just go through and say, oh yeah, that's what I want to say. And then you just plunk it on the inside. It just makes it so nice. And again, if you like the foiling option, it definitely does add a little bit of shimmer and shine. And people really love that look. So yep, see, there's somebody. My handwriting sucks. Most of us think our handwriting sucks. Definitely. I mean, we all kind of think that. And I mean, I have a friend whose handwriting on the inside of her card is amazing. And I would be disappointed if she put an insider in there because I think her handwriting is great. So we have milestone occasions. This is the play on words holiday. So this is a Christmas one. And the way they've got it laid out, they've done some of the font in big, large, chunky words. So wishing you many merry days this holiday season. Wishing you much love this holiday season. And some are horizontal and some are vertical, which is cool. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. And may the joy of the holidays last as long as spilled glitter. In other words, forever. So that one's kind of a funny one. Now, the thing is too, with these insiders, if you don't want to do foiling or anything like that, and you still want it to look, a little bit jazzed up, you can simply take a blending brush and just blend ink over the area where the text is and highlight it that way. So there's lots of great things you can do with them. So that's the play on words holiday. And then we have one called Wreathed in Joy. It's very elegant. So it has a really nice scripty look to it. And there are 4 different panels in here and you get 3 of each design. So I'll just pop that up there a little bit closer so you can kind of look. But see how beautiful they are? And they say exactly what you want to say when you give someone a Christmas card, which is awesome. And then this one is Oh Christmas Tree. I don't know if I have a slide for that. Oh, it says I have one. Oh, see, so this one is kind of cool how they have the, this is actually the front of someone's card, but they've taken that, cut it out with an arch, matted it with gold, and then they lightly stenciled over the text and made it part of the front of their card, which is a cool idea as well. So here we have 6 different sentiments and you get 2 of each. And again, it's got that really nice, beautiful, elegant script, which is quite nice. Even a snowflake over top of that or something would be really nice. So definitely check out the insiders. These are just a few of the ones that we have in stock. We have lots of them. So, if you just search insiders on our online store, lots of them will come up and you can kind of look through and see if there's any there that interest you. Okay. Now I have to go to slide number 2. I think the next one's going to be an empty slide. Yes, it is. Okay. My notes are working. Okay. So we're going to go here and we're going to go like this. Ta-da. Okay. So this is a new set from Tailored Expressions and it's a new concept, but I'm going to point out that it does say mini to mighty and then there's a dash, which means that they're probably going to come out with more in this series. And I love this concept. So this is called Mini to Mighty because it is the same 3 greetings, but in 3 different sizes. So you've got your large, your medium, and your small. And sometimes you need a large greeting, as shown on this card. At the bottom, it does that whole thing. And then sometimes you just need a medium greeting, which I think is my next slide. Okay, so a little bit smaller, still stands out, but not crazy. And sometimes you just want a teeny weeny greeting at the top. So, and they give you dies for all the sizes, which is nice. So you can stamp them directly onto something, or you can die cut them out and then use your foam adhesive to pop them up or put them on a tag or whatever. But yes, this font is awesome. I believe this is the same font that they're using for their Sundry Sentiments, which have been their top seller font ever. And this is very similar to that. And again, you get Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, and Happy Holidays, which are probably the most popular ones for Christmas. And like I said, large, medium, and small, and then dies for all of them. So it's a really cool thing. Okay, Diane has a question. If I place an order, can I combine it with one I'm waiting for and have it shipped together? You sure can. So what you do, Diane, is when you place your order, make sure you choose in-store pickup so that you're not charged any shipping. And in the comments, just say that you would like to add it to order number blah, 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 or let us know you already have an order that is a pre-order and that you would like to add this with that. And that's all you need to do. Now, when we clear your order out, once we process the one that you're going to place, because if everything's in stock, once we clear it out, it's going to say that your order is ready for pickup. We can't change that verbiage because you chose in-store pickup. So your reply is going to say that it's ready for pickup. Just know that your comments are what we follow, and we've added it to a box, and we're going to wait for that Gina K kit to arrive, which, by the way, the shipments have left Gina K, and they are on our way to our U.S. address. So we are sold out again. I'm probably going to put some more up. I have to actually rent a trailer to tow behind my truck to get all of these kits home. Like, it's incredible how many we have on the pre-order list for that. So yes, Diane, you can definitely do that. And you can do that as many times as you want. So let's say you put an order in today, and let's say I do a live tomorrow and I show some more great things and you go, oh my gosh, I need that too. I want to add this. So it's a really nice way to add, like, place little orders and then build up an order for free shipping as well. And we're going to have an email coming out about that because there's some information that we want to get out there. So just keep an eye for that. And if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, if you go to our online store, we have a little on the toolbar, it says newsletter, and you can sign yourself up for that, and you'll get all of our emails as well. We try not to email too much, but the ones we do send out have lots of really great information, and you find out about our promotions and all that stuff. So definitely check that out. So, okay, so that's the Mini to Mighty. So again, watch for new sets to come. I bet you they come out with a birthday one for sure. But usually when you see that, Mini to Mighty dash something, it means that they're going to add on to the series, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that's that one. And then what's up next? Oh, yes. So this is super fun. So this is a bundle that is called Postmarked. And if you have been in the card making craft for any length of time, you know that postage right now is really, really popular. And the waffle flower system has been amazing. They keep adding on to that, but this is kind of a new spin on it, which I really love. And Tailored Expressions always does such a good job with everything that they do. So what they've come out with is an embossing folder. And you can see here that it does all of those great postage stamp images. They've come up with a stencil that does the same imagery as this. And then they've come up with a cutting plate to cut them all out. So you can use the stencil on its own, and then you can cut it out, or you can use it as a panel for a background. You can use the embossing folder on its own. You can combine it with the stencil. And then if you want to, you can add the cutting plate in and cut everything out too. So you end up with individual items. Like, I am in love with this set. And the great part is switch up your color combinations and you can get lots of different looks. So take a really close look at the little postage stamps that are coming out of that envelope. So we've got a train, and look at the little diagonal border that goes all the way around there. And then you've got a gift, a mitten, a tree, and then there's even a little postcard at the top there with a little ornament on it. So they're just so cute. So you can get the whole bundle that gives you all 3 pieces, or you can get just the embossing folder and stencil bundle. So either way, you can do that. And then they do have an add-on foilet available. So this gives you 3 different panels, and they foil different sections. And then you can use the foilet panels in combination with your stencil. And everywhere that there is black, if you want to foil, then it would be foily. Now, if you don't want to foil, you can still use these, and you will just get black outlines in some of the areas on your images as well, which is also really cool. So the foilets don't have to be used for foiling, but they still add detail and accents. So just keep that in mind. Sue says, that's beautiful postage edition. What fun. And I wasn't going to spend any more money this month. You know, ladies, you should not set yourself up for failure like that, because there's just way too much good stuff all the time that I could never keep that promise to myself. There's just no way. Maybe set yourself a budget, but to say you're not going to buy anything, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I just couldn't. So that is that. Now I'm going to show you a couple more samples. If you'll notice on the envelope, that is one of those, what do I call them? All together stamps. It has that little Merry Christmas on there, but see how cute that looks? And then it even has some of those gold stars, which are those holographic ones. And then you have the little postage stamps coming out, which is really cute. Sue, you're making me laugh. Yes, and that's another great idea. So start a wish list, and make sure that you pass it along to the people that are buying for you. You might get our emails, but you need to forward those emails to your friends, and even send, here's an even more obvious thing. You can, once this YouTube video is done, send them the link to the YouTube video. And you can even go through it yourself and timestamp it and say, okay, at 14 minutes and 50 seconds, she talked about this. This is what I want for Christmas. So you can do stuff like that. And then Marlene says, a budget? What's that? Yeah, you know, I'm with you girls. I just can't. There's too many great things. And then here's another sample of the postage all cut apart and, you know, just layered up the side there. And here's another one. Now this one has the foilet. You can see that gold on there. That's done with the foil. But look at the blues and greens. That's a beautiful color combination as well. Okay. And here, this one is just using the stencil and, you know, just cutting it out and putting it over a postage layering die just to give it that postage edge. But there's nothing cut out on there. There's nothing embossed. It's just flat. So you can just use the stencil on its own. Yes, Tracy. What is this budget you speak of? Yeah, I don't know. And this one here is also cool. You can see that gold embossing again. So they've used the panel on the back flat, and then they've used some of the pieces cut out and popped up on top, which is also a really cool concept. So some of the sentiments you're seeing on there are coming from this set here. It's called Holly Jolly Hellos, and it's just a nice playful font of nice bold greetings specific for Christmas. But there are some in here like sending merry mail, greetings from the North Pole, that are kind of nice with the postage. You don't have to use them with postage, but you can. And then it does come with matching dies to cut them all out. I love even just the word joy and fa la la. So those are individual stamps that you can see here that can be used in conjunction with other larger words, things like that. So that's also a really fun one. Now, I'm not sure where I'm at with my slides here. What's next? Oh, look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Like, are you kidding me? I just love that. So that Santa is actually a stencil and die combo. I don't remember what it's called. And we had it. I don't know if we still do, but it is so cute. And I love the little mini envelopes with the postage stamps on them. There's just so much you can do with this. Ho, ho, holidays. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah, so that's what that tall Santa's for. And I even ordered in some of these mailboxes because I thought people would like them with the postage stamps. So That's an older release as well, but just so cute. So many fun things you can do. These samples were made by Mindy Egan, and I thought she did a really good job with them. Now, I'm just going to go forward one more slide. So see the outline on this set, that border going around the outside on the craft? There's a stencil called Outgoing Frames, and I'll hold this up. You can see the two little frames that it makes. Makes like a postage frame and then a diagonal frame. And it's done with the stencil. Now I'm just going to backtrack a little bit with my slides because they were shown on the samples as well, but they might not have jumped out at you because we weren't paying attention. So there's the diagonal striped one in the background there. And there it is again. So it just adds a nice little border that kind of looks like postage, but doesn't have to be. And there it is in the red and greens. And that's done with that stencil. Okay, that's it. Let's go forward. Which I think is just brilliant. Do I have another slide? Oh, there we go. And this one, this card front is actually designed to look like an envelope. So you've got your little postage stamps in the top right corner. You've got your greeting, which looks like an address, and then you've sort of decorated the other side. And there's that fa la la stamped and die cut out, which I think is brilliant as well. So lots of really cool ideas to use the postage stuff, which I think is a lot of fun. So that is that. And then this is an addition to an older product. It's called Mistletoe, and this is the quad stencil called Mistletoe, and they've come out with a foilet and a die. So this is a foil panel for that, and I'm just going to pull up a sample. So see how those beautiful panels are done with a quad. So what a quad is a series of stencils that when you stencil them all out, you do 4 panels at the same time, and then you cut them apart and you end up with 4 card fronts. Well, this is the foilet for those card fronts. So you can get 2 different designs, and it does add the foil. And then there's a die that now allows you to cut out the holly and berries, which is really, or sorry, I guess this is mistletoe, not holly and berries, but the greenery and the berries as well. We are sold out of the die right now. I'm going to be ordering more, and we'll be topping up our foilet panels and also bringing in more of those quads, because since they brought the additions out, people are loving it. And again, this one came out several years ago, actually, when quads first started coming out. And there's been lots of new card makers since that's happened. And so they've never seen these things before. So we're trying to keep some of them in stock so that newer people can pick them up as well. So we will be restocking those things. And as with anything, if you are interested in something and we don't have it and you want to make sure that you know when it arrives, just email us and let us know, and we will add you to our notify list. And then when the product comes back in stock, we send you an email, and that's when you know that you can go back on and snag it. And sometimes when we notify you, you can't wait too long because things go so fast. So just keep that in mind. But that is that. And then they also came out with a new, I'll call it a quad. It's not really a quad. This one does actually 6 panels. Am I in a new slideshow yet? Nope, not yet. Aha. So it is called Petal Party. So if you were part of the Scrapbook and Cards card making event in the fall, this was the class that Taylor taught. But now the product has been released for everyone else to buy as well. So they have the stencil, like I showed or talked about with the other one. See how you actually stencil out 6 different panels, all different layers, and then you end up with 6 square panels that can be used for lots of different things. So you can use them on A2 size cards. So you can see that beautiful floral there. And the nice thing with florals is that you can just switch up your colors and you can get a nice new look. And they can be for different things. Mother's Day, birthdays, thinking of you, sympathy cards, all those kinds of things that florals work so nicely for. And they're also great for the calendars. There's that square space on the side, so you can make the designs and put them in the calendars, which is also really cool. And this is an insider shown on here, used on the outside of the front of this card. And then they put a panel at the top using that stencil, which is really fun. And then that is just a sample of the insiders used on the inside of a card and how you can decorate it up and foil it. I don't have the actual insider here with me, but we do have them in stock. And they're called something. Petal Party, I think. Yes. And then they also came out with this die. This is the All Planned Out number 4. So there's a series of dies, because again, there's that All Planned Out is the name of the series, and then they're numbered. So this is number 4. This one's really cool because it comes out with that square scallop that you're seeing behind these stenciled images. But look at these little tags. And then there's actually a stitched rectangle and then a square here that can be layered on top of that one. And then you also get strip dies that you can use on your cards as well. And that's what's used in that bottom corner there. But there's a lot of really good elements in here. There's sort of like basics dies. And I love the addition of that square scallop. So that's All Planned Out 4. And it does work really nice with this set, but you can use it for lots and lots of different things. Okay, so that is it for Tailored. Now we're going to move on to a couple of things that I don't have slides for. So let's just get rid of my slideshow for a minute. And then you can just see me. We have been ordering in these thickers. They used to be a really popular item like years and years ago when American Crafts was all over the place. And then they've kind of taken a back seat with their paper collections, and we've been kind of missing these. And so we went on a hunt to try to find popular ones for themes that we know customers love. And literally, we've had these in stock several times, and every time I want to bring them home and show them, we're already sold out. So I did snag a few. So here's one called Peekaboo, and it's designed for babies. So just a really neutral font, neutral color, and just a fun font that you can use. And you can use them for scrapbooking, and you can use them for cards. So you could, use these puffy letters and put that on the front of a baby card, and it would look so sweet. So lots of really fun ones there. And then we've got several for travel. So this one is called Adventure. And you get lots of large words and even some icons as well. And there are 2 sheets in each package. So there's lots of different options. Now, if you're really creative, these individual letters that spell these words, you can mix and match them. I think there's like apps where you can key in the letters that you have, and it tells you all the words you can spell with it. So you can kind of mix and match sets like this and mix up the words and see if you can come up with different words. So there's lots of flexibility in that. This one is called Travel Notes. So this one is a really fun one as well. Nice scripty font. And again, lots and lots of options. And this one is called Wander. So this one has camera icons, arrows, cityscapes, airplanes, geotags, frames, lots of different fun things that you might want to use on your scrapbook pages. And then we've got a birthday one. This one's called Hooray. And all of these are in the form of banners, which is really fun. And these plain ones here, if you have a small alphabet set, you could definitely add letters to them, or they can just be part of the decorating of your page. And this one is called All the Something. We put a price tag over it. All the Something. I can't read it. Oh, let's just see if I can pull it back. All the Cake. It's called All the Cake. And this one has gold foil accents on it. So those are really fun too. So those are all available on our online store as well. And because we are in production mode for card making, we've got a couple of options for card bases and envelopes. So these are nice heavyweight bases and beautiful envelopes that coordinate. This is a 50 pack and they're pre-scored. So this is for A2 size cards. So we've got a 50 pack, and then we've also got a 10 pack. So there's 10 folded bases and 10 cards. This one has 50. Okay. And those are just available in a neutral white color. So you can just add your card designs and everything on top, and out the door they go. So you don't have to take the time to sort that all out. And I believe I have right now 5x7s in our cart for our next order. So we have some larger ones coming as well. All right, now we're going to go back to our slideshow. Okay, and the next slide is, whoops, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about this washi tape from All and Create. If you're familiar with it, they have very unique style of stamps and dies. We don't carry those in our store. They're very abstract and just not a popular option for our customers, but the washi tape is very popular. And these are their layering washi tapes. And with it, you get the washi tape. If when you tear it in strips, you build a scene. It's a very, very cool concept. So there's 4 new ones. So it's pretty obvious where you tear the washi tape when you tear it off the roll, and you basically just line it up very easily, and it does create this really cool scene. So this one is called, what is this one called? This one is called Painted Desert. Okay, and you can see that beautiful scene. And then on the roll of washi tape, I forget how many scenes you can build with it, but it's quite a few. And then basically you just trim it down on a panel, and then you can add it to your card front, and you've got a beautiful design. They're very, very easy to work with, and they are quite forgiving. So if you put it down lightly and you don't have it quite lined up, you can lift it up gently and then put it back down, and it will line up the design quite nice. So that's the first one, called Painted Desert. And then we have Studio Botanica. So you can, again, take the washi tape strips, and it builds this beautiful scene for you. And this one is called Spiked and Blooming. And then the last one is called Barista's Palette. So those are the 4 new ones that just came out. And yeah, they're super fun. So if you've never worked with them before, it's kind of a quick and easy way to make a card. And it actually looks really spectacular. I did have a card sample that I had taken to the store, and it had a typewriter on it. It was really, really fun. I did demo it, but it was a while back. But it is a very, very fun concept. And they're not overly expensive. And it's just a really fun thing to do. So if you just want to give it a try, I know you can build quite a few cards this way. So again, it builds the scene for you, and then you can add your sentiment and, you know, maybe put it on a scalloped background or something, and boom, you've got a card. So it's a really fun way to do it. And then the last thing I'm going to show is the Carols and Cancellation stamp. Now, I don't have a slide for this. I couldn't find a good sample, but these are stamps that have postage cancellation stamps, and they are the coolest thing. So see how they look? So again, if you're into that postage scene, this is a really cool way to decorate things up for the holidays. So these are holiday themed. So you can see that one has Deck the Halls. And rather than that, that wiggly line that they use for the cancellation stamp, it has actually music. And you can see the ornaments. And then the postage stamp has holly and berries on it. This one here just says Holy Night. You can't really read it. It says Merry Christmas over here. And it's got that little cancellation stamp. It says December 24th. And then the top, you've got a sprig with the number 25 and some text. So just really, really fun options. I love this. I think it's really cool. So $15.99, it gets you the 3 stamps. And I think it's super cool. Okay. Next up, we have a couple of music products. So these are Marianne Design stamps. You'll see that the price point on these is quite inexpensive. So I will say, I do have several stamps from this company. And we've been ordering in a few here and there. They are not super high quality like Lawn Fawn and Concord and Ninth, but they do stamp very nice. You'll notice it's not polymer. It's just a clear stamping material, but it certainly does the job. So this one is this beautiful musical note with the notes and everything already on it. Great for birthday cards or something like that. And this one has the pieces individually. So you've got a straight one, and then all these music notes are separate stamps. So I just think that is a really fun thing to have in your stash to add music notes to anything. So those are new. And we have a couple other little things here. This is from Crafter's Companion. This is a sign. I believe I have a slide for this. Let's add to the stage. Oh, no, next one. Remove that. Oops, is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay, so you can see how cool that little sign is. So you can die cut this out. You can stamp on whatever you want, but it does come with a small little stamp set with it as well. So you can add those little words, but you can make this say whatever. So great for travel options, outdoor scenes, anything like that. I love that. And then this is really cool. So my favorite things had a stamp and a die combo that had that high top Converse shoe, but we can't get that anymore. And my favorite things has gone out of business. But this company, this Marianne Design, they have one, and it cuts out that awesome sneaker. Great for teenage cards. I'm a lover of Converse shoes, so I just think this is so great. You can do them in whatever color you want. You can do them out of glitter paper. You can do them out of black to get that true Converse look. And you can even thread the laces with real shoelaces if you wanted to do something fun. So I love that. So that's just a really fun one-off sort of find that we got. And I think it's super fun. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of the slideshow again. We're getting close to the end, guys. But I have a little bit to demo here. So this is a new product from Altenew. It's a new embossing folder, and it's called Mini Sentiments. So you can emboss it out like you do any other embossing folder, and it does just this little sentiment. So you can actually use this as an element on your card. You can have the sentiments running down the side. Maybe you could cut out some kind of oval or circle die and circle a sentiment, you know, to point out that it's a congratulations or a happy birthday or happy anniversary or whatever you want. It's just super fun. I love this. But this is what it looks like if you die cut it out of a paper that has a white core. So this is the Color Vibe paper. I talked about this in yesterday's live during our calendar release. So the Color Vibe paper is 12 by 12, and it's solid color on one side. And if you flip it over, it's got dots on the other. So it gives you an option for a solid color or a patterned design. But it is a white core. So if you tear the paper, the inside of it is white, which is great because you can sand the edges and expose that white. But if you emboss it and you lightly sand, you can expose whatever is embossed. So look at all those really cool sentiments that I've exposed just by sanding the top once it's embossed. Now you don't push hard, just lightly go over with a sanding block or a nail file or something like that, and you can expose them. And then I got thinking to myself, wait a second. So I took one of my mini strips dies and I cut out a bunch of sentiments in black. And then I just slipped them into my embossing folder behind the text and then ran it through. And I ended up with sentiments that are already done. And I love the fact that I can use the black paper and sand it, and it looks like I stamped in white. So isn't that cool? So you can pick and choose whatever ones you want. I actually did several at a time. I just slipped the banner in behind. I don't think I have any extra banner strips, but all I did, okay, well, I can demo with this one. So all I did was I just opened up the folder, take your banner strip, and just lay it right behind the text. It's very easy to see. You can take a little piece of tape and tape it in there if you want to. Close the folder up and then run it through, and then you have the sentiments already on here. So this I thought was a really cool little tool. And it has multiple uses. So you can use it as a full panel border. You can use it on any color that you want, and you can do something like that. So I thought that was cool. So again, that's called Mini Sentiments, and it's from Altenew. So that's a new embossing folder. And then we have another new embossing folder. This one's called Textured Tiles. And this is what it looks like when you emboss it out. Isn't that fun? I just think of so many uses. Now, 3D embossing folders are quite cool because especially when they're like really easy patterns like this, because you can actually trim out different sections of this and use them for other things. They don't have to do a whole panel because they're raised. It's very easy to cut them out. And that is the debossed side too. So there's lots of options for that. So that's called Textured Tiles. And then we have some specialty papers that have arrived from Altenew. So this is the Moonstone glitter cardstock. Now, I will say this does come with a price, but it is a very, very popular option for glitter. I think it's made with real diamonds, to be honest with you, because it's very, very sparkly. Now, the light doesn't quite catch how sparkly this is, not like those stars. You get 10 sheets, and it's $37.99, but it is spectacular. Jennifer Maguire swears by this. This is her favorite glitter. It's a very white glitter, and it's extremely sparkly. So if you're looking for a really nice glitter, that's that. And then we have 3 of their brushed foil papers. So we've got copper, we've got rose gold, and we've got silver. I think the gold was out of stock. I couldn't order that. So these are great for all year round, but especially this time of year, people are really buying a lot of sparkly and foiled papers. So they're very, very popular options. So that is Altenew. All right. And then we're getting there. Just a couple of papers that we have in stock from Paper Rose. This is from their Lakeside collection. These are beautiful border strips. So there's 3 different borders available on this one. You can cut them in half as well and use them for scenes on cards. Oh, sorry. Is the sweater embossing folder from Altenew? It is, I think it is already at our store. We just haven't unpacked it yet, Melissa. I'm pretty sure. So if you want to be notified, or just email the store, and we will let you know when it becomes available. But I'm pretty sure it's in the box already at the store. So this is Lakeside Memories, and it's paper F. But it's a really beautiful paper. And then on the reverse, you have this. And then this one here is Lakeside Memories paper number C, or letter C. So again, these are separate little scenes that you can build cards. And if you have frame dies, then you can cut these out and then put a frame over top of it and have just the scene looking through the frame. We did some Christmas samples not too long ago in a video where Amanda did that with frames, and it was just spectacular. So great for masculine cards for sure. And then this nice text paper is on the back. So those are the only 2 we have from that collection. That's all I could get my hands on. So that is that. And now we're going to pull up a new paper collection for Christmas. Ugh. This is from Arden Creative Studio. It's called Season of Joy. So I'm just going to show you the elements, and then I do have some slides to show you. So we've got, this does not come in open stock. It only comes in pads. Okay. So we've got the Season of Joy paper pad, but look how beautiful those papers are. I'm just going to hold this up a little closer so you can kind of get a better look. Isn't that awesome? Like, look at how red that red is. So you've got some nice basics in there, and then you've got some that have florals and designs on them. But they're really, really, really nice. This paper here is like got divided sections, so it kind of cuts off about here. So they're like longer strips. That's a really cool option too. And then you've got cut apart papers down here too. And then they also have a solids pack. So this gives you like just that sort of distressed but solid look that coordinates with everything in the paper pack. And then we have the ephemera pack. So this one comes with frames and words. And then we have another ephemera pack. This is the essentials. So it comes with your graphics, and then you've got more word options and things, tags, large florals. There is enamel dots, and then there is this beautiful rub-on sheet. So you get 2 different styles of rub-ons in here. And we were talking about rub-ons yesterday. This is another company that makes pretty spectacular rub-ons. And then they also have this, it's called pet tape. It's kind of like washi tape, and it's got beautiful poinsettia designs on it. So I'm going to pull the slides up so you guys can see this product in action, and also kind of see what some of the elements are. So if you look down the left side of the photo, you can see that poinsettia design there. That is this tape. Okay, so you can like stick it right to your background and use it as layering pieces, which is really nice. You can see those beautiful, like that beautiful striped frame in the background there. And then the ephemera pieces coming off to the side on the right. There's some of that tape again. You can see that down the side there. It's got that poinsettia design. You can even cut out the poinsettia clusters. I think there might be a slide that shows what that looks like. I can't remember. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Sorry. There we go. Hit the wrong button. There's another layout design, again, featuring those frames, the word strips. They're down here right below the Christmas word, that big floral cluster. That is a rub-on. That's this rub-on right here. So that's, oh, you can't see that very well, can you? Let's switch this up here. So that's this big rub-on right here. So that's right onto the patterned paper and then layering things on top. So you've got lots of options. I love the color scheme. And here's just in a journal. You can see those really great frames and the Santa with the cluster of florals, got rub-ons in the background. So it does look really spectacular when you put it all together. I'm not sure what's coming next. Oh, yes. And then there is a stamp set. This one here. I love this. So look at those trees. And they're kind of done in a silhouette format, which is quite nice. And then you get lots of greetings. There's no die with this, but look at that. I mean, I'm a tree lover, so this was really cool. It jumped right into my craft room. It's going to stay there. So you do have some postage options on there, some great sentiments, but I love the trees. So just to give you an idea of a quick and easy way to use them, you can just stamp it on the background there, and you've got a really simple, easy Christmas tree, but you can build some beautiful scenes with that. And then I've also got four little sentiment dies. And I really love how they are very intricate and connected. So this one says Happy Holidays. So 2 different fonts. And that is an A2 size card. So it gives you the idea for size. We've got Merry and Bright. We've got Ho, 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 which I really like. And we've got Season's Greetings. So those 4 are available in this collection as well. These are called stacked sentiments. So again, Ho, 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 Merry and Bright, Happy Holidays, and Season's Greetings. So that's all from that Ardennes Creative Studio, and it's the Season of Joy is the name of the collection. What do we got next? Okay, now we're moving on to Concord and Night. This is the last grouping of products. You guys have been doing great. Okay, so last grouping of products. This is the latest release, well, almost latest release of Concord and Ninth. And this is the Christina Werner Elegant Holidays Greeting Stamp. So again, you get Season's Greetings, Peace on Earth, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and Joy to You. And then there are dies for all of them as well. And just a really nice size. Takes up enough of your card front if you want to make that your focal point, but it also can be used as a secondary element, and you can use it in addition to other things as well. And there's the Season's Greetings, just to give you an idea of what they look like. And then we have the Simple Christmas Stamps. So these are just basic icons that you can use to create individual elements or to create backgrounds like she has done on this one. So you can see all those snowflakes and stars and circles. That is all these little pieces from this set to create the backdrop for that tree. And there are dies for all of them as well. So if you want to stamp and cut them out, you have those options. So that's sample number 1. Here's sample number 2. That's the Merry Christmas greeting that you see in the lower right corner of the set. So just basic sentiments as well. Here's just that nice cluster of holly and berries along with some of the snowflakes and one of the greetings. So you can just cluster them together and stamp them in a group, which is nice too. And there is a sentiment that has been added to a stenciled background. So just some really nice basic sets that you might be looking for to round out your stash. And then we have the Simple Christmas Stencil Pack. So in here, you get, I'm going to open it up so you can see. Ugh. Because you get 6 different stencils, but they all do different things. So you get one that does the Merry Christmas, which you see here on this card. So it just stencils out those words. And then you get one that does a diagonal stripe. Okay, so you can do that diagonal stripe. This one can add patterns like they've done on that card right there. They've added the texture in with this pattern. You can do a single tree. You can stencil the single tree. Oops, sorry, that's not really helpful. You can do a single snowflake, which I also love. And you can do a beautiful plaid background. So all of these stencils come in the stencil pack. So you can use them together with each other, or you can use them all separately. But it is going to give you great options to create stencil backgrounds for Christmas. So that is a really cool set. Now I think I might have, nope, just the one sample for that. And then we've got this die set here. It's called Calm and Bright Dies. It is the words and then a shadow, and it does all is calm, all is bright. And I just put that sample up there just to show you what that looks like when you cut it out. It's beautiful. And then we have a set called the Snowflake Season Easy Repeat Background Stamp. So this is one big stamp that you can do as a backdrop, but it is one that can be repeated. So you can stamp it and then move the stamp up, and it perfectly lines up. So you can do this on your scrapbook pages to create a snowflake border all the way down a 12-inch page. You can fill a whole card front. You can just do part of one. You can emboss it. You can stamp it. You can do all the fun things that you do with stamps. And then it has a whole series of little stamps at the bottom that go with it. There is no die for this set. It's just the sentiments don't have dies, but isn't that beautiful? So I love that. And then to go along with that, this is also showing that you can cut elements out of a stencil panel that you've done too, or stamped. So you've got lots of options. And then this one is something. This is the Snowflake Season Border Die. So this piece here, all of these snowflakes are connected, but they're so delicate when you cut them out. So you can create borders with them. And then over here, all of these are individual snowflakes that you can mix and match and use with it or without it. And then you can also see that all is calm, all is bright stamp in the bottom, or die in the bottom. Okay, so Diane, I believe that would be a special order. Now I am putting an order in with Altenew. So if that is something that you're interested in, if you email the store and let us know, we can look into that. But I have a feeling that one might be on back order, but I would have to double check. But if you email the store, I can check and I can let you know for sure. Okay, and then next up we have the ornament stencil pack. So again, this is something that does backgrounds, and it does all of the ornaments. Now her stencil packs are quite large, this one, and you can get 2 card fronts out of 1 stencil. So when you stencil it, then you cut it in half and you can end up with 2, which is quite nice. And this stencil, I'm just going to pull it out here so you can see, does all of the layers for the ornaments. So it gets them all lined up like they show them on the back. So you can do different colors. But then the very last stencil is just the snowflakes. So you can use this on its own, which is quite nice too. But otherwise, and there's the toppers for the ornaments. You can do individual ornaments if you want, like the card shows here. You can just do 1 ornament if you want to do it. That way you can just do 1 ornament. You don't have to do the whole panel. So that is also a great option. Just dropped my stuff on the floor. And then the next stencil pack is this one here. It's called Trees and Forest. And again, it creates those beautiful scenes. And again, you can color them in any combination that you want for ink colors. And you can end up with 2 panels if you cut them in half, which is really fun. And there you can see what that looks like all stenciled out. And that's one of those large greetings that I showed you at the beginning. Okay. And almost last is the Cozy Toes stamp and die set from Concord and Ninth. And this is a fun set because you can stamp out all of these different combinations of socks. So you can die cut them out, and then you can layer these patterns on them, or you can layer patterns like this where they've got them embedded right into the sock shape, and then they have fun sentiments that go with it. So this just gives you an idea of all the fun things that come with the set. This one has like kind of like a clothesline so you can hang your socks. There's even little clothespins, which is adorable. And just to give you some different variation on how you can create the different socks. And here are some card samples. Like, how cute is this? Life socks without you. And look at all the different designs that you can create. And I love that you can even use this for a baby card. Congrats on your newest edition. You have little baby socks hanging there. So you got the boy socks, mom socks, and then you have the baby socks. And then last but not least, this is a reorder. The accordion card-based dies are back in stock. And then we've also restocked the birthday stamp set and die set. So that goes inside. We've talked about this one before, but you can create these beautiful accordion fold cards that pop up and stand up for display, but they lay flat for mailing. And the die sets can be used outside of the accordion design as well. Like the birthday cake can be used on its own, the balloons on its own, and so on, the streamers, all those kinds of things. So, but they do combine nicely with the accordion. So that is that. And that should be it. Okay, let's remove this. And we're just going to quickly revisit our giveaway. So again, if you shop between now and midnight, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it on replay, in the comments of your order, make sure that you put that you watch the live. Because if you don't put that, I just move on. Okay, so you need to do that. That's your job. And I will collect all of those names, put them in our wheel of names. I will do the draw in the morning and post the winner on our Facebook page, and we will add this to your box. So you're going to get the Detail Craft scissors from Gina K. You're going to get the Layering Weight cardstock pack, and then you're also going to get this beautiful stamp set from Spellbinders. It's called Shape Stack Sentiments, and that is going to go to one lucky winner. Okay, so that is it. Unless anybody has any other questions, I am happy to answer them. If you do need to email us about anything, there is our email address right there, to scrapbookfriends@gmail.com. And then also, if you don't mind, when you are done watching, if you could just give our video a thumbs up, we would really appreciate it. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you will get an email when we go live, and that way you won't miss. So even if you can't watch us live, then you'll know that we've done a video, and you can just go back and check it out. And don't forget, link these videos in an email to your husband, send it to him in a Facebook message, whatever you need to do to get his attention so that he will get you what is on your wish list. All right. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to sign out, and we will see you again soon.